Give them a shot to do what?
Welcome to The Divide with Mike and Corey, two diehard baseball fans who don't agree on anything. Which side will you choose? This is The Divide.
Welcome to The Divide with Mike and Corey.
Hopefully our disagreements one day bring us all together.
So stupid. So corny and so stupid. I hope our disagreements bring us together.
Yeah, I do.
Shut up, Porter! Hey, I'm just trying to have a little friendly conversation.
This is The Divide.
Divide Live. Fox. Oh, God, Corey, don't eat the microphone. Fox Sports The Gambler. 102.5 Philly, 104.1 Trenton. It's been a while.
It feels weird,
Jesus
right?
Christ. Who's president? No, I'm kidding.
That has changed.
It has. Holy shnikes. So we're back. We took some time off. I guess we should address that right away. Mm-hmm. Life got crazy, guys. That's it. There's no special story.
Yo, we're dodging sicknesses, I think, since December.
A revolving illness, schedules with both you and I, which have just been crazy.
Yeah.
In a good way, guys, in a really good way. It's been like a, just busy times, and now we got it.
Yeah.
We got it. We're not missing.
We're back.
We're not missing anymore. It's going to be great.
It's going to be
for
huge.
Us. I don't know about you guys. I guess the record's still out there on that one. Jesus, there's been a new president. Mm-hmm. There's some people have died probably since we were last on, more than likely. Probably a good percentage of the population.
A ton of people have died.
I might go on record by saying maybe more people died than were born since we were last on air. Fact check that for me, would you?
No.
Okay.
That's the most depressing thing you could ever ask to do.
You can look up the births. I'll look up the deaths. We can split it. It'll be fine.
The Yankees changed the way a baseball bat is made.
Not true.
It is true, actually.
Not true. Why do we have to do that right away?
They debunked the fact that the torpedo bat existed beforehand. That was baloney.
That's not true.
That is
Stanton used it during the playoffs last year.
Fair, but it was still created by the Yankees.
Oh yeah, whatever. I don't care about that.
So used it in the playoffs.
But other teams have since used it as well.
Yeah,
and even last year. Yeah, so what?
Or knew somebody on the Yankees.
But it's not like here was my whole thing, which is why I hate the fact that we're even still talking about it, is who cares? I left a long pause because I was going to curse, but I decided not to. Who, like, that will never cease to amaze me if like, you're a Mets fan,
right,
when the Yankees shelled the Brewers, right? If the Yankees were playing the Mets and the Yankees hit 10 out of the park, then I can see like this big revolting, but like Philly fans and Met fans and pretty much, I guess, everybody that hates the Yankees is just, whoa.
No, I don't think that's true at all. I just think I find it funny that it happened to be the team that had a huge problem with Houston, right? Changing the rules or whatever. I think it's funny that they kept it a secret. And internally as much as best as they could, to the point where Michael K was shocked. Like Michael K presented it in a way that he didn't even know this was legal. I think it's strange that they decided to roll this out at the same time they got rid of facial hair, right? Which I haven't seen many guys still jump over that line. A few I've seen a little bit, but not much. But also I find it strange that for whatever reason, instead of like having one to move it so that the guy now is hitting the meat, like I get that, but like you didn't fix the hitter, you fixed the bat. So it's for me, it's strange. I get it. Lindor's using one. It was hilarious. He had a donut on it, like the weighted donut, and he couldn't get it off, and Pete had to come over and muscle it off. So I get it. Lindor's using one. I get it. The Phillies ordered it. People are going to try it out. But the Advantage Yankees, they had an entire spring and an entire winter to go play with that thing and figure it out. And I get it. You created the concept of it. It's just, for me, it's strange. I don't think it's something that is going to last. I think there's going to be a lot of people that treat it like the tush push or like the grounded putters in golf. If it did become an issue or it became a situation where pitchers now can't saw off guys, they're going to get rid of it. Like, because everything happens to be, and I get it, is offensive mind. All you casual fans want to see home runs. You don't, appreciate a guy getting sawed off at the handle.
No, I love a 1-0 ball game.
Okay.
Truthfully speaking, if you're talking like to me, I love a pitching match.
No.
The rest of baseball watchers right now don't. But it's I don't want you throwing. You said Houston. Don't throw it in the same. It's not cheating. Like, it's not like Houston called up MLB. And
I didn't say it was cheating. I said you guys had an obvious issue with the cheaters. You know what I mean?
Of
like
course,
it was
because
like,
they were cheating.
Understood.
Like, this isn't like they were stealing signs. You know, if the Yankees were doing that and you had a problem with it, I'd be like, yeah, dude, absolutely.
Right.
But if the Houston called Major League Baseball and was like, hey, just so you know, we're using a trash can to communicate pitches. Are you okay with that? And Major League Baseball was like, yeah, see how it works, whatever. Then it is what it is. But like, that's literally this situation. And I just equate it to like, it's like custom clubs for golfers.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
Rory's hitting something different than Tiger. I don't think it'll ever be outlawed. The Major League Baseball's official response, did you read this? Was it wasn't Major League Baseball. It was Pete Alonso. It wasn't a part of his response, basically saying like, well, the pitching's gotten a lot better, so it's about time we had something to really
but
bring
he
the
also,
competition. Like, I didn't understand that aspect of it. Like his reason, like he was being nice about it, but like, I don't care about the bat. But like when he said that, I'm like, no, well, you're like, especially Pete, you're a great hitter. Without it, you know what I mean? Like, so what? Why would you like come to that defense? That part like confused me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
He was also pro Spider Tack. So like he wanted.
Was he really?
He was.
Oh,
he was.
shit.
Yes. You said shit.
Damn it.
So now we're just gonna curse when we feel like it. But in all seriousness, he was pro. He's like, dude, I get to put glue on my hands essentially to keep this bat in my. I can use pine tar. I could use all this scientific stuff to hit the ball out of the yard. And we
he was pro for him. I thought he was pro for the pitchers. And
Yes. No, he was. So what he's saying is they should have all the technology in the world accustomed to them to make them have to not use a substance or not be able to use sweat and rosin. He felt was ridiculous. So he wanted both. He wanted their best versus his best. And best technology versus best technology. So he had no issue with Spider Tack.
I kind of hate that, to be honest with you.
Now, other banned substance, like he probably didn't, agree with. But
Like steroids.
I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't look like he's.
I think right now we need Pete Alonso to go on the record and say that he hates steroids. Otherwise, we're just going to assume it's wide open for Pete Alonso.
No. But he was pro both.
Well, that's so crazy to me as like a hitter, because I feel like the advantage for a pitcher to have that stuff is way better than the advantage of just to keep the bat in your hands. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's wild to me.
No, it's not, because like, a lot of that stuff kept blisters off their hands. A lot of the stuff kept, you're seeing a lot more injuries from pitchers now, and it's because they have to worry about making sure that their hands are washed, and they can't get anything. And it's just,
I see them lick their hands a million times before they throw a pitch.
It eventually needs to be advantage pitcher a little bit, just a little bit. And that's my argument with the torpedo bat. We figured out a way to make the Volpes of the world actually sustain in the Major League Baseball society. But like we can't let a pitcher do anything, and we got to keep the mound pure, but the plate can be manipulated in every single fashion. And that includes the knob on the bottom. That includes, Jeff McNeil had what looked like a driver for the longest time. It had no knob. Looked like just the way your golf club would. Yeah. And he was comfortable with that. And I get it. There's going to be changes. I just always thought everybody would know at once if a new design was created. So it's just odd. I do think if it didn't happen with the Yankees, the Michael K's of the world, then everybody would be more of an uproar than other people. So I just thought it was funny that it came from this certain place. I do think that eventually, like there could be rules in place if there was a long issue with it, but I I don't think that's going to be it. I saw Lindor win a game using it the other day, so I'm not mad at that.
Well, and I think it was the perfect storm of just stupid stuff, right? Like it happened. All right, albeit if these bats do, the real test would be to give me one, and if I can start hitting them, then you would know.
Yeah.
But like if these bats do really aid, and they do, depending on where you're, because every single one of those torpedo bats is tailored towards that player. So the sweet spot's always going to be a little bit different for like your Chisholms and your Volpe and whoever.
Right.
But I do think it was the perfect storm of just the Yankees lighting up the Brewing pitching. Nestor, which was sad to see at the same time. And then they're literally what felt like their entire bullpen for that one particular game. I think if bats went cold that following week too, they couldn't hit anything. They couldn't hit a fly with a fly swatter.
You still got to put the bat on the ball.
Right.
But, I think also the other issue I had was that your dimensions are so tiny. So a lot of some of these home runs that were hit that day with the torpedo bat were not out of any other park.
And honestly, and to the credit of everybody that says that, that's always like, even Joe Girardi for some reason was commentating that whole weekend with Michael Kay and Paul O'Neill, and they kept saying it for those that were like line drives that were barely out, like Austin Wells, he hit that leadoff home run.
Yeah.
Dude, that was maybe a double at any other park, maybe.
And also, they win that game like 4-2, and they roll out the torpedo bat. I'm not as mad.
Right.
It's just it was the whole.
Well, opening day was I think 4-2 or 6. It was like only a 2-run game, but then
like,
the very next day was the.
But also, like, keep in mind, like George Brett with the cork bat or the pine tar, and then Sosa with the cork bat, like that he said he accidentally would use for BP, and it somehow got into his.
That's weird. Yeah. I don't know how that happens.
I'm gonna sneeze.
Yeah, when these guys start when they start chasing a home run record, then we'll start looking. But
no.
We'll
That was a home run record. They were one away from.
I mean, like individual though.
They tied the team record for home runs. It was insane.
It was fantastic.
And I was on a plane too.
And the guy and I will say, Judge, who had 3 that day, does not use one of those.
Of course not. He's like
He doesn't need it. God, why?
Why can't they call him something different though?
Then what?
I get it. He's now going to be the captain of Team USA.
Yeah,
but he cannot be Captain America.
To you, he can't be.
He will never be my not my Captain America.
Listen, buddy, you don't have to listen. You don't have to. You don't have to.
Are you going to adjust your tattoo of Captain America to his head?
I already did. That's why we haven't done a show. I've been a little sore. No, I don't. It's media. He doesn't care. Come on.
No, I think it's the right guy to make the captain. Like Mike Trout said, it was the right decision to make Aaron Judge the captain of Team USA. I'm not mad at the decision of it. It's just annoying. Like
your problems with the media. See, that's what it is.
Yeah,
it's just us guys. We hate each other. Us guys. Let's step away from baseball momentarily because I saw something on Twitter today, and I think I know your answer, but I have to get a take. Hot dogs and mac and cheese.
No.
Is that a normal meal? Would you consider that a normal meal?
No, like actually, like when I want a hot dog, I don't want mac and cheese. You see what I'm saying? Like I
see what you're saying, but it's blowing my mind right now.
Why?
Because I feel like hot dogs and mac and that's like peanut butter and jelly.
No,
that meal, that hot dogs and Kraft mac and cheese, that was that meal when you didn't feel like cooking, or like if mom went out with her friends and dad had to cook. Like, you know what I mean?
I think that's why I don't like it. Like, because it was always that half-assed meal.
Right. But do you consider that, like, if you were to look at, like, just, like, a list of meals, chicken parm, like, blah, 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 whatever it is, like, would you throw hot dog and mac and cheese? Like, I'd be mad as shit if I rolled up to, like, Cheesecake Factory and they're like, here's some hot dog side with mac and cheese. Yeah. But I'm not talking, like, hot dog bun and then a side of mac and cheese.
You're talking about
I'm talking
chopped
about chopped up hot dogs in mac and cheese. Is that a normal meal? Did you grow up in a castle, Mike? What kind of fancy? You had Grey Poupon growing up, didn't you? You didn't have mustard. Look at you,
bro. Like, there's never a time where I would want that. Like, boiled hot dogs alone are awful.
They are, but that's like, I feel like Me personally, that's like my child. I mean, granted, if
No,
I
I
ate
would
that today,
find-
my colon would blow up. But
Yeah.
like that's like to me that was childhood. Like
Yeah.
then you like put the ketchup in and you mix it all up together and right now you're thinking as an almost 40-year-old man. You know what I mean?
As a child, maybe no, but we did a lot of breakfast for dinner when we half-assed it.
Brinner.
Yeah,
God,
yeah,
I
that
love
was
Brinner.
dope, dude.
I get so
Just a
excited
ton
about
of toast.
This is
like, yeah,
This will tell you everything you guys need to know about where we've been the last couple of months. My favorite meals have been Brinner, man. It's just so good. I just forget I can do that as an adult. Like, what do I want for dinner? How about breakfast again? That sounds great. You know what I mean? Like, that's what brings me joy now.
yeah.
That's so sad. I'm so sad.
They had the overnight oats or whatever. Eat Clean Bro had like a
Those are
short
good.
run of them. It
Yeah,
was
those
so
are good.
good. It was so good. I was rocking those for an entire week.
That's like it's just the hardest decision ever, man.
Yeah.
Like, what do I make for dinner? I know everybody jokes about that online, and I know we're tail spinning here, but like, dude, it's just like, how many different ways can I do chicken?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I only want a hot dog if I'm at a baseball game, a little league. I just have one at a concession stand.
Oh, yeah.
Or like almost burnt on a grill.
I would say
that's
like
about it.
barbecue, Memorial Day, 4th of July, I'll crave it because it's on the grill. Or like you said, a ball game.
Yeah.
Any other situation, get that hot dog away from me.
Yeah. Not a fan. I did some hot dogs and sauerkraut when I was trying to lose weight, but I would not add mack and cheese.
Dude, sauerkraut is really
I
good
love
for
it.
you.
I love it.
Really,
I love
really
it.
good for
Yeah.
you.
Huge
It's not
fan.
good for everybody else, but
Huge
it's
fan,
really, really good for you.
If
Big
you know-
fan of the kraut because you're German. Is that why?
Yeah. A huge fan of Aldi too. I love Aldi.
Fantastic.
American, German, not American.
No. It's in America though.
It is.
All right, let's get back to it here. So much has happened, you guys. God, for God's sake, you get, March Madness happened. Obviously, we joked about new president. Hockey season came and is almost over at this point. Playoffs are ramping up. Basketball playoffs are ramping up. And every time I go to check news on sports, I get to hear about this stupid trip to space. And it's
Katy
like,
Perry.
listen, I don't want to get in trouble here, so I'll try to tread lightly.
Try.
Is this going to be inspiring because it's an all-female crew? It happened. Didn't it just happen like today or the other? Like, yes, inspiring for little girls or little women that really yes, absolutely. Could you maybe pick, I don't know, one not millionaire to go up on the trip?
Yeah.
Maybe someone that did the science, maybe someone that contributed to building the rocket instead of just a bunch of people with money. And I have a daughter at home. I think it's great. But come on. What do you like?
I'm not sexist because I have a daughter.
No, I want all those. Do it.
Jesus.
I want all those opportunities for her, but I was almost laughing because Gail King
Called herself an astronaut.
kind of ranted and was like, "I'm an innovator. I did this." Like, you spent 11
You're
minutes in
Oprah's
space
best friend.
because you
Like,
have money. I don't see you taking the Aldi cashier up with you.
You're-
Come on, who are you inspiring? You're just inspiring people to get rich so you can do these things. Jeff Bezos' girlfriend.
Yeah.
What are you known for other than being come on,
Did you see the door thing where I guess they wanted a ceremonial Bezos open up the door and the girls open the door up themselves? And
I didn't see that, no.
Yeah, so they closed the door and then he tried to unseal it and it wasn't sealed, it just pushed open. So it's if you told someone to close the door and it just slowly just reopened. So it was pretty funny. And so then of course conspiracy theorists are they never even went, it was all staged. No, the door opening was staged because it was a historic moment of putting the first all-female crew up there. But yeah, you kind of cheapen it by adding celebrities. And like I said, Gail King is famous. I mean, she's talented, but she's famous.
Yeah, every single one of those crew members is talented, just not for
Oprah got
space
so
exploration.
rich that it bounced off and hit her best friend.
Good God.
It's oh my God.
I'm geez, guys, you can, sponsor
She
somebody.
got a contact high that happened to be millions of dollars.
So, and don't get me wrong, I'm just mad because no one invited me to
And
space.
I'm jealous. Yeah, of course.
That's all it is.
And she said that too. A lot of people are going to be jealous. A lot of people are going to talk. And she's like, but I'm an astronaut. And I was just like, okay, I went in space. You didn't. That's fair.
You bring up a really good point.
But also, go ahead.
If you're that rich,
I'm not going.
that's what I'm saying.
I'm not going.
Thanks.
Katie,
You finished my thought.
yeah.
Like, if I'm that goddamn rich,
Yeah.
why do I have to go into space?
Right.
Like, listen, this is the same reason I don't go skydiving. I know what's going to happen to a guy like me.
And Jeffrey Bezos put his girlfriend on there, maybe. Time out. I don't know the inner workings of your relationship right now, but if you're willing to put your girl on here, like I'm gonna call timeout.
Sign my wife up right now.
Yeah.
Leaves them. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
The life insurance is like,
Dude, listen, imagine he's just distant for like the 3 months beforehand. They get into an argument 2 nights. No, I can't. Sorry, guys. No, it's just that's what I'm like. Come on, like
Also, you're not
you're
even-
that rich.
Yeah.
Keep your feet on the ground. What, the private jet's not
Yeah.
enough for
And-
you? You
and-
need your own private spaceship.
and you're flying on the Spirit version of billionaire spacecrafts. Like, you know what I mean? Like, no offense to Bezos, like freaking Elon's
Like, Elon's a
eating his-
friend. Call him up. Jesus.
Elon's landing the rockets. You know, this thing like fell and the girls are screaming. Like, did you see that? Like every time a parachute, like they had no idea what was gonna happen out. And then they're like, you know, all the extensive training. It was 2 days, 2 days, like 2 days of training, and like.
Could you imagine if, like, thank God we're saying this and they're okay, but could you imagine if something terrible happened?
Yeah, and his
Like,
girlfriend's on there,
Bro, all of them. Like, it would really be like, for what? Why did you, like, that's
Yeah.
the first thing. Why did you guys
Yeah,
do this?
and there's,
Something
like-
terrible. Like,
Yeah,
why?
we can't even get people safely on helicopters, and you're going out in space as this. I will not be swimming. I will not be driving myself. I will not be caught in the, like, I might not even jump if once I get my money right. Like, I would never do that. Like, I would like,
Dude,
just-
I'm building a house that I never have to leave.
Yeah.
That's it.
Amen.
That's it. I don't
That's
care.
it.
I'll put a roller coaster in the damn thing if I have to. I'm never leaving.
I agree.
It's like the people that win the lottery and then they go on like this elaborate vacation and the plane crashes. Like,
Yeah,
come
yeah,
on,
yeah.
guys. Like, Murphy's Law here, dude. It's something terrible is going to happen. You know what? Something terrible is not going to happen anymore.
what?
You're going to attend a Commanders game in D.C. and you're not going to get sewage leaking on you anymore.
No, they fixed it.
No, they did one better. They agreed to build a new stadium.
Oh wow.
$3 billion. Deal closed. They're going back to D.C., or I guess closer to D.C. than when they currently are, because they're actually not that far from us. It's like a 2-hour thing. It's a $3 billion deal. $2.5 billion are being put up by the Commanders, which is awesome. $500 million is all, I guess, I don't know if it's the city or whatever have to contribute is insane. But you know, I don't. Let's see.
Just blows my mind how much money it requires to make those types of stadiums, but also like how they're going to make that back up. You know?
Yeah, I mean, and it's back. They're saying it's back in DC. I'm currently trying to figure out where. I
Yeah,
guess
it's on
where
the
the
outskirts.
RFK site.
Yeah, RFK Stadium is
Moved to a new state-of-the-art stadium on the RFK site. And there's, oh my God. And I always love the concept art.
Oh, it's always
for some
way
of this
cooler.
stuff.
Yeah,
It's always like, it's
So
like a beach with like a wave pool
Did-
right outside.
did you
You're
see
like,
all
what?
that-
This is still, it's DC, dude. It's football season. It's going to be cold.
AI generated stadiums, like based off of like, so like the Astros,
The mascot and stuff like
yeah,
that.
well, like yeah, the Astros were like on an asteroid, you know, like in it was their stadium, but the rendering of Citi Field looked exactly like Citi Field. I was just like, they didn't change anything. Like the skyline looks a little cooler, but outside of that, it's just like it's the same exact.
AI
rendering.
got to the Mets and was like, yeah, you guys got it.
Yeah, it's a masterpiece.
It's all right. So it's got to be better than FedEx. If only their name was better than the Commanders, it'd be even better.
It'd be great. No,
They're keeping them
good
in
for them.
DC, not
Oh, who cares?
specifically not the suburbs, they said. I don't know what that means.
That's cool.
I don't.
Again,
Oh, who cares?
Yeah, that's pretty
it's going to be filled with Eagles fans. It's going to be filled with Giants fans, Jets fans, Commanders can't hold their own. That's everybody else's stadium.
I don't know, man. If they
not
have a couple
theirs.
more seasons like they did last time,
Don't matter.
or last year,
Don't matter.
Don't
watching.
matter.
Well, who cares? No, that's cool, man. I like new stadiums. I want to get to the Islander Stadium, but it's just every time I'm like I'm gonna do it, and I look how far it is from here.
Sucks.
Yeah, like you may as well go to Montreal.
Exactly.
Like it's out of pocket.
You're better off flying to Vegas than trying to get
drive
to
that place.
the island where
Long Island.
It's so miserable. It's like a 6-hour trip, guys, and we're in the New Jersey central area, close to Philly, close to New York. Like we're like kind of
It's an hour and 10 to get to Brooklyn, and that's where they were playing before. And
Not
it's just
even
not even. Yeah, you're right.
It's
you
Brooklyn's
do 40 minutes
exactly.
depending on-
But dude, if you're going to catch an Islander game, you might have to spend a night. It's
Yeah.
just unreal.
And I've talked to like reporters and like people in the sports world, and they're like, "It's beautiful, man. You got to make it out there." And it's just like, I can't do it. I can't do it. You're being Florida before you got there.
Come on,
just that.
Like even the take. I like taking the train to Citi Field because it's just it's scenic. It's nice. It's kind of like relaxing. But even that's long.
Yeah. I did it for the third game this year, Sunday. Me and my buddy took the train. It was great, man. And we hopped on the LIR. They've got it down to a system, too, where you go back and forward.
Yeah.
So, like, depending on the train coming in, they'll take you up a step, up a spot, and then that next train coming in, they'll load, and then it won't stop at Penn.
Oh.
So it's actually they've gotten it down to a science where you're not waiting. There was a long line to wait, and we all got on a train, and we're back in Penn. 10 minutes, not even.
That's awesome.
So it was really cool to see. Stadium looked great. It was great to be amongst my people. But I also went to a Phillies game too. So I'm 1 for 1 on the year. One Philly game, one Met game. They both won, so I was happy with that. But I was there with the Four Walls Whiskey guys and girls, and they were pretty amazing. And it was a bunch of Philly influencers. Chef and I got the invite. Thanks to Chef for taking me on with him. But it was a really cool experience, and like the whiskey was really good.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, we get that response a lot. And I was like, they're like surprisingly good. But it's because like normally when you have whiskey, like it like stings, this doesn't. So shout outs to Four Walls. We're gonna be doing some cool stuff with them. But yeah, like Fit Dad CEO was in there, the Philly sports guy, and I got to talk to him. And we have mutual friends within the tick pick industry with the company. And so I'm talking to him. I'm like, yo, man, like the Mets kept showing you like more than the Phillies do. Like, and Fox was showing you a lot too. I was like, but then the Mets fans were like sharing your stuff on socials because like that last game, if you remember, we had the summon Peyton down the steps.
I do remember.
First
like,
two batters.
Don't move.
Yeah.
Right.
The first
here.
two batters get on. Diaz lets the first two on. And Philly sports guy goes right to his Instagram. He's like, Red October is still here. And then they cut the clip to like 2 minutes later. Well, the season's over. Like, so I shared that with him. I was like, dude, it's like got 1 billion views in the New York Mets thing. But there was also another part where he's like in an Uber or waiting for his Uber.
Oh no.
Full face paint. And I was like, dude, I felt for you because I know him as a human.
Saddest.
So you would think like, he's like, Mike, my life has gotten worse than that. And I was like, what do you mean? And he's like, do you know at Yankee Stadium when they had that, the clear where you couldn't get in without facial recognition? Do you remember those couple years?
It wasn't,
it was clear. It was,
they still do. They have clear at the stadium, but you don't need it.
Right.
It's just to get you through quicker.
Right. It's like either wait 2 hours or do it. Well,
something like, yeah.
They wouldn't let him go in with, he's like, first off, regardless of what line you're in, you're not allowed to go in face paint. So the Yankees wouldn't let him in with face paint. Which I thought was odd. So he had to remove the face paint to get in through clear, with the clear thing. And then, like, so it made his face look red. So it just, like, every time the camera panned to him, it looked like he was having a massive heart attack and was about to die. He's like, worst experience of my life. I told myself I'll just go home or not go to a game if they make me take off the face paint.
Dude, I don't, and you know what? Come to think of it, I've never seen someone with their face painted in Yankee Stadium.
yeah, it's like I don't know, the purest.
I mean, and I don't want to make
Stadium.
fun of the Philly sports guy. I don't, but there's
It's unique.
There we go. I think it's weird when grown men paint their face for a ball game.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah. He's
That's
made
all.
a business out of it.
That's all.
I don't
Look, if you guys got a nice thing going on and he
Yeah.
doesn't mind it,
Yeah.
but it's
What I like
Come on.
is, so we were walking back with him, me and Pete, and he stopped for every kid. He took every picture he could.
Well, that's awesome.
Talked to the parents, talked to whoever would. So he's a good dude. Like I always look at.
probably's got the heart of gold. I just
Yeah.
wouldn't put face paint on it.
Nah, it's funny because like they always like when you talk to Philly fans, they're always like, you guys got a lot of like gimmicky stuff. And I was like, the Mets? And then I look around this room that have four walls, and I think about the Philly captain, I think about all these guys, like every single one of them, and there's gimmicks upon gimmicks upon gimmicks, and they're great and they're good for their fan base. But to throw stones and say the Mets have gimmicks, like, yeah, we had J-Mac, the Oh My God, we got the Cowboy Bellman, we got like the
Dude,
seven
any
line.
team that gets hot is going to have a gimmick.
I don't know.
The fan base.
Yeah, but
the Yankees have the roll call,
yeah.
that's like they got that like. Why are we going to nitpick what everybody does? And it's not like
I do think Philly's got the best influencer bunch. Like,
How so?
Well, so the Yankees, if I ranked it, it's John Boy, it's the Bronx Zoo guy, the Bleachers Creatures, and that includes our guy that does the T-shirts, right? For the Bleacher Creatures.
Yeah.
So like that's your top four, like in my mind, right? And then the Mets have the seven line, which is like a juggernaut, right? Then they have Cowboy Bellman. They
forgot
have
about
Pin Man,
Pin-Man.
but that's weak. It's weak.
Pin Man
And-
is
and like
extremely.
look, Vintage and J-Mac are coming up in that ecosystem, and there's a couple other guys that are doing a great job, but it's weak. Whereas like Philly, like I could rattle off a dozen.
You mean a man that wears a bunch of pins is not a strong influencer in your opinion?
There's a fedora guy. Like there's,
Pins? It's 2025.
Yeah.
We're talking about pins?
Yeah. What I don't like that we do, and I'm glad they're not doing it currently, but I'm sure they'll find something. But the nicknames, like the Thors, it's just like when you nickname the players to godlike substance or
It's going to happen.
creatures.
That's just going to
Yeah,
happen. I mean,
yeah.
it's same you saw it with the whole Captain America thing with David Wright. Even like
I mean, that was Team USA that did that. The Mets didn't do that. Team USA did.
fair. All right.
Yeah. So back off.
Well,
we just kept it going. We kept it going, but
All right.
I mean,
right.
Judge has to still perform.
There we go. I'm sorry, guys. I did it.
to
I
get-
opened it up again.
Yeah. So David Wright was the truth during that whole run for the World Baseball Classic. So Judge still needs to do
How
that.
is he even doing? Like David Wright? Like
No, he's like the size of like he's very he likes the golf. He looks very happy.
He can
he's
swing
been
a club,
around-
right?
Yes, yeah. Which is
How do you like really? But you can't swing a bat.
I mean, look, like Todd's in great shape, but the game,
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
to play MLB baseball is a little bit harder. 162 games.
That's fair.
And it's we're not, dude. An 80-year-old man could swing a club. It doesn't mean he's swinging it at like Bryson DeChambeau.
You're right.
Like he's
You're
not
right.
he's not on the spectrum of Michael Jordan and
That's-
gambling with people. But he looks very, very tiny. His like skin is very sunken. But he's happy with life. So good for him, and he's our captain.
It was. Well, he was your captain. I don't
He's
really
the
know.
captain.
I don't know, dude. I mean, I don't think he's still your captain, but it's,
Is Judge your captain?
he is.
Like he's the captain of the Yankees.
He was named the captain. Yeah.
And now he's the captain of Team USA.
Yeah, that's a
No.
twofer, right?
That's lame.
That's two. Two in one season. Can you imagine being named captain twice?
Yeah.
Man, to represent all of baseball for the United States of America.
Did you watch any of the Masters?
I watched a little bit on Sunday.
Okay.
Oh God, I was so amped up. I was so amped up. It was so great. I watched Thursday and Friday, which was just kind of like whatever. And I was at work all day Saturday. I didn't see that, but the little bit that I did get to watch,
Yeah.
boy, that was the most exciting thing.
Yeah.
I've seen.
I mean, the most underrated part is Rory's Friday, right? Because like he had to come back from the bottom of the pile to come back, and it like, you know, we're just talking eagle, like there was everything was going his way. Like the Friday was sick.
Hit the ball and then just hand his club and walk. He was dialed in.
Yeah,
fantastic.
And then Saturday, what was motivation for me was it was a great round by him. Obviously, he ends up on top of the leaderboard. But the one he shanked like went into the crowd, and I was just like, so Pete and I looked at each other. We're broadcasting from PJ's, and I was just like, one of us. But like, I was just thinking like, how many of the crowd people might just kick it closer and stuff like that. So like how many lucky bounces they get. But you know, and then Sunday was just it was dramatic. Like, you know, he comes out, it looks like he's never golfed before, and I was like, oh, here we go. And then he just gets dialed back in. But then like him and Bryson, like they switched places. Like it was crazy. And the next thing you know, Bryson can't find anything. Like, you know, he's finding water, that's about it, you know. But Rory, the first 3 holes, like he found sand. And I was just like, man, this guy can't stay out of a bunker. And you know, so it was really, really cool. Jim Nance, he had allergies or he was sick. Like everybody this time of year when they're sick, they're like, it's just allergies. And the next thing you know, I'm on antibiotics. Well, you don't need antibiotics for allergies. But I digress. So I feel as though I'm glad Rory didn't win it the first time when he missed the putt and then went to sudden death, because Nance's announcement of that was pretty weak.
It was terrible.
It was awful. It was like he was fumbling. And then the second time he got a chance to do it, he did it amazingly.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
You think he did it on purpose.
Yeah, it just
to
wasn't
give
good
Nance
enough.
another chance.
Yeah, got to give
Rory,
Nance a shot.
You know what? There's your conspiracy.
No,
we did go to space, but Rory missed that putt. That's
Yo, and it sucks for Rose too because he played his ass off. Like it was a great sudden death. He had to stay warm the whole time. Had the best Sunday than anybody else and still didn't win.
Imagine that, man.
Yeah.
Imagine playing the best golf you've ever played at Augusta.
But yeah,
lose.
what blows my mind is like it's just weird how
I hate the game so much. I love it, but I hate it.
What blows my mind about the whole situation too is like, so he's 44, but he looks like he's 62 in my brain. Rose, not Rory. Like, and it just like,
I wonder why that is.
yeah, I don't know. He's just an old looking guy. He's very, very, dude, the camera kept showing him telling people to be quiet. He got to hole 18 for the sudden death.
It's the little mousy face. Yep.
Yeah, he's just an old spirit. But like he made them like, so first off,
he's English, that's why.
yeah, he made them like redo the whole like tee box like before sudden. He's like, you gotta come clean this up, and like his caddy like looks at the crowd and is like, please don't talk, like he'll kill me. Like I'm like, does he beat you? Like it's just like he begs everybody before this guy takes the club out of it. Like everybody just be extra quiet. Like seriously, he's got a knife on him. He will stab me. So like it was just two different things, and you know, it was fun to watch. My daughter was hooked. You know, we ordered some sandwiches, stuff like that. I was telling her about everything Matt was doing. I was reaching out to Matt, your brother, because like I wanted to know if he had too many pimento cheese sandwiches.
Oh, man.
And it's just crazy. Did you see the menu? Have you seen it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was extremely jealous that he
Yeah.
was able to get.
That's
he
cool.
was only, and listen, he was only there for Thursday, Friday. So
Yeah, who cares? And also,
Let's not
like,
celebrate it.
you're not allowed to bring your cell phone in.
You can't.
Yeah. So how cool is that?
Yeah, not
Like,
a cell phone. That's why it's like the picture went viral of like not a cell phone in sight at the. Yeah, because you're not allowed to have it.
Right.
Like which was fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. Comedians do that stuff too. Like,
yeah, they lock it up and all that. Like, we actually went to see we went to see Daniel Tosh a couple weeks ago. He didn't. He was one of the ones that he just
Cool.
He was like, "Hey, please don't record." He wasn't. I think it is a little, it's
Weird.
a little much.
Yeah.
But I guess like if they have like a Netflix special, they don't want it getting out before they get paid or whatever. I don't know.
I guess. I don't know. Everything goes viral on the internet and then you can't monetize it. So I get that side. But yeah, dude, it was cool. And my daughter was hooked. We watched the entire Sunday together. But the one thing that was killing me was like Jen kept asking a lot of questions. and then also like saying Rory's name wrong, his last name McElroy, and like it was like McClory, and then she's gonna argue with me that his name should be pronounced differently, and I was just like, bro, can you stop and just watch? Like, call him Rory.
Why do they do that?
You know? And then she's
I
like,
feel
well,
like it's on purpose. Like Rebecca and Jenny talk to each other, and they're like, "Hey, how are you gonna annoy him today?"
Yeah.
And
She's like,
Rebecca's
"What's
like,
it all-"
"I'm gonna ask what the Masters
Okay.
is, and if that course is somewhere near here." 'Cause
Why
that's
is
what she
that-
did. She's like, "Where is that?
Yeah.
Augusta?"
Why is that a double eagle, not a all albatross or whatever? And I was like, dude, just shut your mouth. Just shut your mouth.
One day, there's one day where
Yeah.
you don't talk. You just sit. You cheer when I cheer. How about that?
And I was doing stuff too. I was doing laundry while watching the Masters.
Yep,
I did a tremendous amount of loads.
He does.
And
Tremendous amount.
A tremendous amount of loads. And so I was just like, dude, really? Like, I get it. Like, why don't you write all your questions down? I'll answer them when I get to them. Like, it's like one of those meetings where they're like, please, if you have questions, like, hold them for the end. And then they like quickly sign off before you're allowed to even ask questions.
She's used to it from her job. You got to do a press conference, man.
Yeah.
You got to give her a fake press pass. Then you call on her, and just it's between her and your daughter, and you just go back and forth and answer the dumb question. You pick a time slot. I'm free for 5 minutes to answer all your dumb questions, and then after that, you take their press pass away, and they can't ask you anything anymore.
And I tried to do it reverse. She was watching, what's that show that everybody's watching right now? That's pretty big.
Love on the Spectrum.
No, but that's, I have seen that too. The one that just had its season finale.
White Lotus.
Yeah. So like I came into the room and I was like, who's that? Who's this person? And she's just gladly telling me. And I was like,
Just watching the show.
Yeah. And so I was like, I can't even get her back in this atmosphere because it doesn't bother her. And she's like, I'll gladly tell you. And then she like pauses, like tells you, well, this guy, like, I was like, all right, I quit.
She finally thinks you take an interest in what she's watching, and you're just trying to get her back. She's like, "Oh my God, he cares."
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad. Here, sit down. I'm glad. Let me tell you. You're just like, "Oh, this isn't working. I'm gonna go do some more loads of laundry."
But yeah, that's been my life. Yeah, dude. No, this has been fun, man. I want to share something because we're going to do a lot of golf this year. Yes. I am going to Disney next week.
I thought we were supposed to end on a good note.
But I'm going to Magnolia. I'm golfing Magnolia, which I'm excited. And they have Grumpy's Gauntlet, and it's 4 holes that are extremely difficult. And the one hole reminds me of the one that we did with Book's dad. That like
Gamblers. It's a dog leg right. It's about
Right.
150, and then it's a 90-degree turn. No, I'm sorry.
No, it wasn't Gamblers.
No, not
it's up
Gamblers.
north.
Cruise Farm
Right.
in Farmingdale.
Yeah. It's like a 90.
It's literally a 90-degree dog leg right. It's like about 110. You have to put it from the tee box, and
Over
then it's
trees.
152 the hole from there.
Right.
It's wild.
So where the trees were, imagine if that was water.
Oh, no.
And that's the Grumpy's revenge. And if you're playing from the blacks, you have to shoot over the water, like
Playing
just
from-
to get. So probably playing from the white tees, but if you're playing from the back tees, the black tees, it's likely that you would have to shoot over the first body of water, land it, and then shoot over another body of water. But it's a 90-degree.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. So it's called Grumpy's Gauntlet from the Seven Dwarfs. Like,
Where is that in relation to like everything else?
In Disney? It's on Disney property.
Oh.
So like it's a Disney golf resort. So everybody says, hey, yeah, Disney's good at what they do. So I'm really curious to see it. So I'm golfing with my buddy Ed, and Timmy will be there. It's his wife's 40th, and that's where she wanted to go. It's Disney. I knew you would hate that. I knew you would hate that.
Why so many people are gonna hate me after this?
I mean,
Why do people have to go there on their 40th? They're like, yeah, come on, you're a 40-year-old anything, man, woman, whatever. Go to Palm Springs. Like, go down to Daytona or something. Like, go.
I will share. I enjoy walking around a theme park. I don't enjoy having an agenda at a theme park. Like we have.
Are you going with different people?
Right.
Your
Yeah,
wife.
no, exactly. So that's the problem I have is like the agenda part. Like they're gonna book so much shit that it's not gonna be.
From what I hear, is you need to though. Like I hear,
That's fair.
Dude,
That's fair.
Rebecca
And-
went
and-
for her sister's 40th. And she said, like, people in Disney now are zombies because they check into these rides now using your phone. Apparently you do that. And then they're so panicked to get on the phone again to check into another ride. It's like, dude, I don't know. She was describing it. I hated it.
When I was down there with Timmy on our own, we got onto the new ride, the what is it? Chris Pratt's ride.
Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah, the Guardians. And then we also got into the spaceship restaurant, which like all were like outbooked for like 100 days before we arrived, and we did it that same day. We reserved both of them, and
we're like, break the matrix. What happened?
We got so lucky. It wasn't even funny. Like, it was just like, it was dumb luck. But then we're like, you guys always stress out about this. You wake up at 7 a.m. You do all this stuff. You like 90 days out before your event.
Two idiots just stumbled upon it.
I literally walked on both, like within minutes of each other too. Like, we went on Guardians, and then I looked at my phone. I was like, hey, you want to go? Wouldn't it be cool if we like ate on the new restaurant up in space? He's like, yeah, but we can't do that. I was like, I just booked it. And he was like, are you kidding me? And it took 2 minutes, like each of them.
I would laugh harder if you walked into the space restaurant in space and you saw Gail King and Katy Perry. We're astronauts. Oh, man. All right, everybody. We'll be back next week for sure. Divide Live, Fox Sports The Gambler. Take care.
See you in 6 months.